A thunderous roar echoed across the horizon as the massive alien ship descended from the stormy sky. The townsfolk of Cedar Hollow stumbled into the streets, eyes wide with terror and wonder. Children clutched their parents' hands, while farmers abandoned their fields, staring slack-jawed at the metallic behemoth that hovered ominously above their homes. "Mom! What is that?" a young boy cried, his voice cutting through the rising panic. I don't know," his mother stammered, her grip tightening around his wrist. "We should get inside." Among the chaos stood Marcus, a rugged figure with a weathered face and piercing blue eyes. He had always felt a connection to the wild, having survived the harshness of Earth's unforgiving landscapes. With a calm demeanor that contrasted the frenzy surrounding him, he raised a hand to quell the crowd. "Everyone, listen!" he shouted, his voice steady. "We need to stay calm and assess the situation." Dr. Lila Hart, a brilliant scientist with dark curls framing her face, pushed through the throng. Her heart raced, not from fear but from an insatiable curiosity. "Marcus, this is incredible! We have to figure out what they want," she insisted, eyes darting between the ship and the bewildered townspeople. "Are you insane? That thing could wipe us out," a burly farmer barked, his voice trembling. "I understand your concern," Lila replied, her tone firm yet respectful. "But what if they come in peace? We can't let fear dictate our actions." Marcus nodded, appreciating her passion. "She's right. We need to communicate. If they're hostile, we'll know soon enough, but I'd rather find out than hide." The ship's underside glimmered, revealing a series of pulsating lights. A deep hum resonated from within, vibrating through the ground. The crowd hushed as a shimmering panel slid open, revealing a ramp that extended toward the earth. "What are you doing?" Lila asked, eyes wide. "You can't just walk up to them." "Watch me," Marcus replied, taking a step forward. "Stay here if you want, but I can't let fear hold us back. This might be our only chance to understand them." Before anyone could protest, he strode toward the ramp. Lila hesitated for a moment, her scientific instincts battling against her apprehension. But the allure of discovery tugged at her, and she hurried after him. "Wait!" she called out, catching up. "If you're going, I'm going too!" As they approached, a shadowy figure emerged from the ship, a tall, lithe alien with skin that shimmered like polished steel. The creature's features were sharp, with elongated limbs and an expression that was unreadable. Lila felt her heart race as it took a step forward, and Marcus held his ground, eyes locked onto the aliens. "Are you here to conquer us?" Marcus challenged, defiance in his voice. The alien tilted its head, processing the question. "We seek resources," it replied, its voice resonating like distant thunder. "Not war." Lila exchanged a glance with Marcus, her mind racing. This was not the typical narrative of alien invasions she had studied. "Resources?" she echoed, curiosity overcoming her initial fear. "What kind of resources?" "Your planet possesses what we need to survive," the alien explained, its tone steady but urgent. "Our world is dying." Marcus's heart pounded in his chest. The fear that had gripped the townsfolk was now replaced with a flicker of hope. "What do you need?" The alien's gaze pierced through him. "We require unity. Help us, and we may save both our worlds." The weight of its words hung in the air as Lila and Marcus exchanged a meaningful glance. They had stumbled into a situation that could alter the fate of their planet, and perhaps the aliens as well. And as the distant thunder echoed above, they knew this was just the beginning. The air was electric with uncertainty as Marcus and Lila stood before the alien, whose shimmering form seemed to absorb the dim light from the hovering ship. The crowd had gathered, their fear replaced by a mixture of curiosity and cautious hope. Murmurs rippled through the onlookers, their expressions oscillating between skepticism and fascination. "Unity," Marcus echoed, considering the alien's proposition. "What exactly do you mean?" The alien stepped closer, its long limbs fluid, as if every movement was choreographed. "Our planet is suffering from environmental collapse," it said, its voice resonating deep within Marcus's chest. Your resources can help revive our dying ecosystem. In return, we offer technology to heal your own. Lila felt a surge of excitement at the mention of advanced technology. You mean renewable energy? Water purification? Agricultural techniques? She asked, her scientific mind racing. This could solve so many problems for us. Yes, the alien replied, its luminous eyes narrowing slightly. But our worlds must work together. Trust is paramount. Your people fear us, we fear your weapons. Only through cooperation can we find salvation. Marcus crossed his arms, skepticism etched into his features. And what's to stop you from using this alliance to take more than you give? How do we know this isn't a ploy? The alien's gaze sharpened, its expression inscrutable. You cannot know until you take the first step. We can demonstrate our intentions. Join us on our ship. We will show you what we need. You will see our technology. A murmur spread through the crowd, a mixture of awe and apprehension. Lila glanced at Marcus, her heart racing. This is our chance, Marcus. Think of what we could learn. This could change everything for both of us. He hesitated, his instincts warring with his curiosity. It's dangerous, Lila. We don't know anything about them or their technology. What's more dangerous, Lila countered, is doing nothing. If they're telling the truth, we could help each other. We can't let fear hold us back. The townspeople were watching them, their eyes reflecting the uncertainty that hung in the air. I'll go, Lila said, determination lining her voice. I need to see this for myself. Wait, Marcus shouted, taking a step closer, frustration bubbling to the surface. You're willing to risk your life on the word of a creature we just met? Marcus, we face extinction, not just for them but for us too, Lila argued, her voice steady. If we ignore this opportunity, we might never get another. After a long, tense silence, Marcus sighed, the weight of the decision pressing down on him. All right, he said, his voice low. If we're doing this, we go together. We watch each other's backs. Agreed, Lila replied, her relief palpable. The alien observed their exchange, its expression unreadable. Then we shall depart, it stated, gesturing toward the ship. As they climbed the ramp, a shimmering barrier of energy enveloped them, pulsating softly as they entered the ship. The interior was a marvel of design, with smooth surfaces that glowed faintly, casting an ethereal light around them. Strange symbols adorned the walls, and a gentle hum resonated through the air, creating a feeling of serenity that belied the situation's gravity. Welcome, the alien said, leading them through a corridor that seemed to shift subtly with each step. You will learn the truth of our needs and what we can offer. Marcus and Lila exchanged glances, both exhilarated and apprehensive. What's your name? Marcus asked, trying to bridge the gap of understanding. I am Carthan, the alien replied, its voice echoing softly in the chamber. I am the ambassador of my people. Ambassador, Lila repeated, the title offering a glimmer of reassurance. What exactly is the situation on your planet? Carthan paused, the air thick with anticipation. Our home, Zyphora, was once lush and vibrant. Now it is dying. The air is toxic, and our oceans are barren. We seek your help to reverse this fate. Lila felt a pang of empathy. We understand struggle. We've faced our own crises here on Earth. Then you comprehend our urgency. Carthan continued, turning to face them. But be wary. There are those who oppose our alliance. They will not sit idly by while we reach out to your kind. A chill raced down Marcus's spine. Opposition? From your own people? Yes, Carthan confirmed, its tone heavy with concern. They believe we should conquer rather than collaborate. They see you as a threat. A sense of foreboding settled over the group as Marcus clenched his fists. So, this alliance could be seen as treason among your own? Carthan nodded solemnly. The path ahead will not be easy. But it is the only path that offers hope for our survival. As they ventured deeper into the ship, a sense of impending conflict loomed. They were on the brink of an alliance that could either save two worlds or plunge them into chaos. With the stakes higher than ever, Marcus and Lila braced themselves for what lay ahead, their destinies intertwined in ways they could not yet fathom. As they traversed the gleaming corridors of Carthan's ship, Marcus and Lila felt a blend of awe and apprehension envelop them. The walls pulsed with a soft blue light, reflecting the alien architecture's organic elegance. A faint hum resonated through the vessel, merging with the quickened beats of their hearts. "Tell us more about Zyphora," Lila urged, her curiosity bubbling to the surface. "What exactly has caused the environmental collapse?" Carthan paused, the shimmering patterns on the walls shifting slightly. "Zyphora's problems stem from the depletion of our natural resources. We relied heavily on our energy crystals, which are now nearly exhausted. Our oceans, once teeming with life, have been poisoned by the very industries we created." Marcus frowned, processing the information. "And you think we can help? What do you want from us?" "We need your knowledge," Carthan replied, its tone firm yet tinged with desperation. "You have developed sustainable practices, solutions we have not considered. In exchange, we can share our technological advancements, medical breakthroughs, renewable energy sources that far exceed your current capabilities." Lila's mind raced, envisioning the possibilities. "If we combined your technology with our practices, we could create a blueprint for saving both worlds." "Perhaps," Marcus interjected, skepticism creeping back into his voice. "But how do we convince your people to accept us? You said there are those who would oppose this alliance." Carthan turned, its eyes narrowing, reflecting the dim light. "They will not be easily swayed. They believe that cooperation with humanity is an act of weakness. You must understand that this is not merely a matter of technology, it is a matter of trust." The alien ambassador led them into a large chamber filled with holographic displays. Each projection showcased images of Zyphora's lush landscapes, now reduced to desolation. Forests lay barren, rivers were dry, and the once vibrant seas shimmered with toxicity. "Here," Carthan gestured toward a projection of Zyphora's central city, now enveloped in dark clouds. "This is where our leaders convene. It is also where resistance against this alliance will be strongest." Lila stepped closer to the hologram, her heart aching at the sight of a world in peril. "We need to speak to your leaders. If we can show them our intentions, maybe we can forge a lasting bond." Marcus's expression darkened. "What if they refuse? What if they see us as intruders? We will not find answers cowering in fear," Lila countered, her resolve hardening. "We must act. Every moment wasted is a moment Zyphora suffers more." Carthan regarded her with a mixture of admiration and caution. "Your determination is admirable, but you must tread carefully. There are factions within my people who will not accept outsiders easily. You may be met with hostility. Then we prepare for it," Marcus said, his voice steady. "We'll need allies within your ranks, someone who believes in this alliance." Carthan nodded, its forms shimmering. "There is one, Alicia, a diplomat sympathetic to your cause. She has been an advocate for peace. I will contact her." As the alien ambassador began to interface with the ship's systems, a low rumble echoed from outside. The ship shuddered, causing Marcus and Lila to stumble. "What was that?" Lila exclaimed, bracing herself against the wall. Carthan's expression shifted to alarm. "We are under attack!" The lights flickered, and alarms blared, bathing the chamber in a crimson hue. "This is not a drill!" Carthan shouted, urgency lacing its voice. "We must take defensive positions!" Marcus's instincts kicked in. "What do we do? Where do we go?" "Follow me!" Carthan commanded, leading them toward the ship's control room. They rushed through the narrow corridors, the ship vibrating violently beneath their feet. They entered the control room to find the crew scrambling. Screens displayed blips of red across the holographic map, indicating incoming threats. A swarm of small fighter crafts surrounded them, firing lasers that danced across the void. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers," Carthan ordered, moving swiftly to the control panel. Lila peered at the screens, her heart racing. "They're targeting us because of the alliance. They know we're here." Marcus clenched his jaw. We need to fight back. Can we fire weapons from this ship? No! Carthan shouted, urgency thrumming in the air. We must avoid escalating this conflict. We can't afford to show aggression. A jolt threw them off balance as another blast rocked the ship. We don't have time for diplomacy, Marcus retorted, adrenaline coursing through him. If we don't act, we'll be destroyed. We'll use evasive tactics, Carthan replied, its voice steadying. Keep your heads. We can outmaneuver them if we work together. As the ship swerved to evade an incoming laser blast, Lila grabbed hold of the console. Marcus, help me with this, she shouted, pointing to a series of buttons. If we can increase the energy output, we might gain enough speed to escape. Marcus nodded, his fingers flying across the console as he worked alongside her. Let's hope it works. Carthan barked orders to the crew, directing their efforts as the ship twisted and turned, avoiding the incoming attacks. Lila felt the tension in the air crackle as they fought to maintain control. Hold steady, Carthan commanded, its voice rising above the chaos. We can't afford to lose focus. With a final push, Lila and Marcus engaged the power boost, and the ship surged forward, evading the pursuing crafts. The enemy vessels scattered, momentarily disoriented by their sudden acceleration. Now! Carthan shouted, maneuvering the ship into a tight turn. Let's escape while we can! As they broke free of the swarm, the tension in the room lifted slightly, replaced by a cautious hope. Lila and Marcus exchanged glances, their hearts racing. That was too close, Marcus said, trying to catch his breath. Indeed, Carthan replied, its eyes gleaming with urgency. But this attack was merely a warning. We must gather allies quickly. The opposition will not stop until we are silenced. The reality of their situation hung heavy in the air, casting a shadow over their aspirations for unity. They were no longer just facing the challenges of collaboration but were now thrust into a battle for survival, both for themselves and the future of two worlds. As the ship streaked through the cosmos, Lila felt a swell of determination. We will find Alicia and rally support, she said, her voice resolute. We have to. With the path ahead uncertain and the stakes higher than ever, Marcus and Lila steeled themselves for the challenges to come. Their mission had transformed into a race against time, where alliances would be tested, and their resolve would be pushed to its limits. The ship glided through the inky void, Carthan at the helm, its antennae twitching in response to the growing tension among the crew. Lila and Marcus stood beside the control panel, exchanging nervous glances. They could sense that the next few moments could determine the fate of their mission. Are we on the right course? Marcus asked, his voice steady but laced with anxiety. Alicia's location is logged into the navigation system, Carthan assured them, its many eyes flickering with resolve. We will arrive shortly. But I must warn you, her position is heavily monitored by the Council. The moment we land, we may face scrutiny. Lila clenched her fists, determination replacing the fear that had gripped her. We'll handle it. We need to convince her to help us. As the ship approached Cyphora's capital, Marcus leaned closer to the viewport. The city sprawled below, an intricate mosaic of glimmering structures and vibrant gardens, yet there was a palpable tension in the air. Dark clouds swirled ominously overhead, reflecting the turmoil brewing within the alien society. Stay sharp, Carthan cautioned, navigating the ship into a hidden docking bay. Once we disembark, we may have little time to convince Alicia before we attract unwanted attention. With a hiss, the hatch opened, revealing the dimly lit bay filled with alien machinery. The trio stepped out cautiously, the metallic scent of the ship lingering in the air. Lila felt the ground vibrate beneath her, a reminder that they were standing on foreign soil. Follow my lead, Carthan instructed, striding ahead with an air of authority. Alicia should be in her office at this hour. We need to act fast. The corridors were narrow and bustling with Zephyran life, the locals exchanging hurried words in their melodic language. Lila strained to catch snippets of conversation, trying to decipher the sentiments that lingered in the air. Anxiety thrummed beneath the surface, amplified by the echo of her footsteps. What if Alicia refuses to see us? Marcus whispered, keeping pace with Carthan. Then we'll find a way to make her listen, Lila replied, her eyes blazing with resolve. We're not backing down. As they approached Alicia's office, a heavy door loomed ahead, flanked by 2 guards. Their armor gleamed ominously under the soft lights. Carthan hesitated, glancing at Lila and Marcus. They will not let us pass easily. We must present our case carefully. Lila took a deep breath, willing herself to remain composed. Let me talk to them. I can convince them. Carthan nodded, stepping back to give her space. With steady determination, Lila approached the guards, their expressions unreadable. I need to speak with Alicia, she stated, her voice unwavering. One guard exchanged a glance with his partner, then turned his attention back to her. What business do you have with the diplomat? Lila's heart raced, but she met their gaze with confidence. We come with vital information that concerns the future of Zyphora. It's imperative that we speak with her. The guard's stance softened slightly, but he remained wary. Wait here. After a tense moment, he stepped inside, leaving Lila and Marcus on edge. Do you think they'll let us in? Marcus asked, glancing at the guards nervously. They have to, Lila replied, her voice firm despite her rising uncertainty. A moment later, the door swung open. The guards stepped aside, allowing them entry. Alicia's office was adorned with intricate decorations, reflecting the Zephyran culture. The diplomat herself was perched at a sleek desk, her skin glimmering with hues of gold and azure, her expression one of intrigue. Welcome, she said, her voice smooth as silk. I understand you have urgent matters to discuss. Lila stepped forward, her pulse quickening. Thank you for seeing us. We come from Earth. Earth? Alicia interrupted, her brow furrowing. What could you possibly bring that we do not already know? Please hear me out, Lila insisted, urgency infusing her tone. Carthan informed us about Zyphora's environmental crisis, and we believe our alliance could benefit both our worlds. We have sustainable practices that can restore your resources. Enough! Alicia snapped, her voice cutting through Lila's explanation like a knife. My people are wary of humanity. You represent everything they fear. A shadow crossed Marcus's face. If you won't listen, Zyphora will fall. We just escaped an attack aimed at Carthan and us. There are factions that would rather see both worlds destroyed than let this alliance happen. Alicia's eyes narrowed, her posture stiffening. And you think I would risk my position for a couple of outsiders? You don't understand the stakes here. We do understand, Lila said, her voice firm. You are in danger, too. This conflict threatens not just our worlds but your position as well. We need to work together to face this threat. Alicia's gaze flickered, considering her words. You may speak passionately, but what evidence do you have that you can help us? Carthan interjected, its voice steady. We have seen the devastation, Alicia. Time is running out. We propose a collaborative approach, a summit where we can demonstrate our sustainable technologies and discuss strategies. Alicia's demeanor softened slightly. A summit? It would have to be discreet. If the council hears of this, they will act against you before you can present your case. Marcus nodded, sensing the shift in her attitude. We can work with that. We need to gather the right allies, those who believe in peace. Very well, Alicia said, a hint of resolve returning to her tone. I will assist you, but you must understand that trust is fragile. One misstep could cost us everything. Understood, Lila replied, relief flooding through her. We'll do everything we can to ensure this alliance is forged. Just as Alicia began to outline the steps they would take, an explosion rocked the building, sending debris flying. Alarms blared, and the lights flickered ominously. What was that? Alicia shouted, rising to her feet. It's them! Carthan yelled, its eyes wide. The opposing faction has come for us. Panic surged as the guards rushed to the door, but Lila felt a surge of determination. We have to get out of here. We can't let them stop us now. Alicia nodded, her expression grave. This way. We'll find a secure exit. As they raced through the corridors, Lila's heart pounded in rhythm with the chaos around them. The fight for their futures had just begun, and with every step, they were pulled deeper into a conflict that could either save them or destroy everything they held dear.